What's it like having Colton back out there and getting ready to roll?
Oh, it's nice, man. He's a huge piece of the offense. He's got a lot of experience, and then also he's just like one of our best friends. So having him back in the huddle, it's awesome.
What does he bring technically to the line? I mean, obviously he's a big dude out there, and he's kind of like the centerpiece, even though he's on the outside.
Yeah.
What does he bring more than just you'd see?
There's not a lot of people like him in the NFL and the world in general. Having a person who's that big and can move and bend the way he does he's a special person. And watching him go against Max and some of these players today, it's like, wow, he hasn't missed a beat, and he's been gone for so long. It was pretty cool.
I guess you guys have played together for so long, but there are some new pieces on the line. How important is it to have him just out there to practice, just for the communication purpose? He said he's fine to just step right in and play, but everybody's got to communicate out there.
Yeah, I think he's been doing a good job just studying and just staying in the playbook and keeping his mind in it. So when he's came in these last couple of days, he really hasn't missed a beat. And that's awesome. He's playing next to Cody, and Cody's obviously played in this system for a long time. So the communication has been great so far.
Third time you've kind of had to switch gears in terms of the offensive system, a new system this year. A, how's that process going? And B, is it drastically different than what you guys were doing last year?
Yeah, it's very different. I say it's a little similar to what we were doing with Gruden and all them, and I think it fits who we are as an offensive line. Athletic guys who are also big, who can move, and we're excited to run this zone. We're excited to do everything off of it, and we're excited to put it on film.
Andre, what would have been like your early impressions of the rookies on the line, DJ Glaze and Jackson? I know he's had to miss a lot of time, but what have you thought about them so far?
Yeah, DJ's been great. He's just been continuing to grow every day. Real quiet guy, but just comes and works. JPJ, he's been hurt, so we haven't seen too much of him. But he stayed focused and been in the meeting room, just absorbing everything. And then we're finally getting him back and seeing how he's doing, and he's been doing really good.
What has Jackson Powers Johnson brought in terms of not just the development as a player to the line, but just as a personality as well?
Yeah, he's got a big personality, and he's a great kid. He's really positive, and with everything that he's gone through these last couple weeks and months, I guess. So, and he stayed positive through it all, and that's great. So we're excited to get him back on the field and get him working and see how he grows.
What gives you the most confidence about this team going into the season?
I just think we've been able to adapt through everything, not knowing who the quarterback's going to be, just new pieces all around, learning a whole new offense. Just the guys' attitudes through it all has been the biggest notice. Just, no matter what we're going to do, we're just going to do it full speed, and we're going to correct it on film.
Last season you guys blocked for Jimmy and then Aiden, and Gardner likes to escape the pocket a lot more than those guys done. What's that like blocking for a quarterback who moves around a little bit more?
It's nice. It's nice to have those guys who can move around a little bit. It kind of makes the defense. It's not so much rush crush. You got to kind of respect the quarterback at that point, and having that you can kind of feel him being able to move the pocket and to play action and stuff that we're using. So it's nice.
Kind of the same question, but for Zamir White, obviously going into kind of him being the lead back, what are some adjustments you feel like you've had to make for blocking for him, and what are some things you think he's good at?
He's been hitting the hole, and he's been it's fun to watch him how in OTAs he was kind of learning and kind of getting used to all the run fits and seeing how we're going to block these things. And the last couple of weeks he's really grown a lot, and I think he's really starting to see it. So I'm excited for him.
How are you feeling about your communication and rapport with Gardner and how that's developing?
It's been great. Now that we finally have him as the number one quarterback, we've really gotten to start to get a lot more reps together, and I think we're just going to continue to grow.
Talked about some of the guys with big personalities. Jordan Meredith isn't really one of those. Like, just a quiet, nice guy. But he keeps just kind of hanging around. Like, what does he bring to this team and to the group?
Yeah, I love Jordan Meredith. He's probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in this earth. Just super down to earth, just awesome. And I think it's been cool to watch him and how he's grown a lot. He's always one of the first dudes in that locker room, just trying to watch film, just trying to get better, always asking those questions. And to see him make this team, it's been awesome. I think one of the best thing he does in his pass protection, he can throw his hands, he can punch. And even like some of the older guys, like we take note of, we can take notes from him how he plays his game. And so it's been great.
All good.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Ameer, we've had a few preseason games to run through with the new kickoff rule. I know you kind of spoke about needing to see it in action to really get a feel for it. What's kind of sort of your first impressions of it?
It's very sporadic. I think every team is kind of approaching it a lot, different than what I actually expected. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing. I thought everyone's going to be more aligned, which just takes the preparation to the next level. We have to be ready for anything. So it just adds a more cerebral element to the game.
Once the games count, teams are still gonna be kicking off to you guys, or they're just gonna get out and say, we'll take it at the 30 and move on?
I'm not sure. I'm fairly confident in the guys we got back there. And then also our team, they understand that as long as they strain, we always have a chance to take it the distance. So we'll see.
What gives you the most confidence about this team this season?
Just the way we work. I think our preparation is some of the best I've been around since I've been here. Guys are really focused. Guys understand their role, understand their jobs. And I think that's where we keep our focus. Everyone's not trying to step outside of their lanes to make something big happen. We understand that we're all a bunch of pieces coming together to create a puzzle. And I think it's the most cohesive that I've been around.
Ameer, what differences have you seen in Zamir ever since he's kind of accepted this role? Are there many differences at all in his mindset?
Yeah, just decisiveness. I think for a young guy going through so much, coaching change, sometimes it can make you a little indecisive, at times. And I think coming into this year, having a full off season with a coach and now full camp and understanding how we want the run game to go, he's a guy who's going to make the right decisions and do it at full speed. And even if you don't make the right decision, as long as you're decisive a lot of times as a running back, I've seen it work in your favor.
Ameer, I know that everyone's kind of uber focused on their own responsibilities and what they're doing, but you've always said that being able to understand the game of football and in a whole has helped you as an individual understanding the game. But do you ever give yourself some time to look at a young player like a Tyreek McAllister who's making this change from wide receiver to one running back to wide receiver and kind of appreciate what he's doing and the growth that he's made?
For sure. I think one thing I love about the NFL is every year is a story. It's a story. And I remember when Tyreek came in, he's been a guy that's been a sponge. And he knew it was going to be a big challenge for him to make this team, especially moving from running back to receiver. And Getsy's the type of coach where he doesn't hold anything back. If you're a running back, you may be put in a situation where a tight end typically is, and you're expected to know that job and vice versa. So, there wasn't any babying for him. So to see him answer the call and make some huge plays for us the other night, it's just one of those stories, again, that you just look back and you're just like, wow, I love the game of football because of it.
He's got speed that shows up
Yeah.
without question.
Mm-hmm.
You, as a fellow athlete, can you sense that? Can you see that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the things that, is always interesting for me. Starting a new year, you get new faces in, you're just trying to figure out, what does this guy do well? And I remember the first time Tariq caught a punt return, and it wasn't even a full cover. He just went along his track, and he was just like, his feet was kind of like the road runner. I was like, man, that dude can spin, And to see it in live action, it just shows that it translates, and I think that's, I think the word of him.
Ameer, speaking of what guys do well, how does this offense play into what you do well?
I mean, like I said, you can be in a number of positions. You can be out wide, you can be in the backfield, you can be in the slot, you can be motioning a lot. You can be integrated into a lot of different schemes, the screen game, obviously the run game, the pass game. And I tip my hat to Gessie. He really understands how to use guys, and I think it's going to be really interesting once we get everybody healthy and everyone out there, and we kind of find our flow through probably the first 2 to 3 games, I would say. It'll be interesting to see how I get incorporated in the game.
There are guys that line up in the backfield kind of in a fullback role, but there's not like a dedicated fullback on this team. I guess how different is that as a running back to not have that, that usual guy that's a fullback in front of you?
It's really different for me, especially coming from a similar scheme in Minnesota when I was there, having an all-pro, Pro Bowl, fullback like C.J. Ham for a long time, where you can really rely on that guy to kind of start the path and then clear that path for you. Then having a guy who was a Pro Bowl alternate in Jakob Johnson, the last few years that I was here, So it's a lot different, but I think we do a lot of things with how we move guys around pre-snap and post-snap to kind of supplement for that.
Who are some guys that you think have really embraced special teams, young players coming up that have really been able to make their mark on the team just through that category?
Yeah, I would say Isaiah Palomau. He's a guy he's a leader, anytime he gets on the field, obviously on the defensive side, but special teams wise, he's a guy that I actually look to set the tone a lot of times. DJ Turner, of course, he's a guy who doesn't talk much, but when he's out there, you're expecting big plays, and his motor is just, you can't coach it. And I think anytime you see a guy out there busting his tail like that, it's infectious for a lot of guys. And I've just seen this special teams unit take their play to the next level every single year I've been here. The first year we were good, last year we were really good, then this year I'm expecting us to have a solid team as well. And Tom just demands it from us, and I think we all just enjoy doing it, because it's no play like a special teams play. It actually takes everyone. Sometimes on offense, everything can be covered, then Devontae will go out there and make a one-hand catch, so it's like one guy kind of made that play, but special teams, if you go back and look at that punt return that Tariq actually took to the house, everyone was doing their 111th, and if they weren't, that play wouldn't happen. Of course, he had to do his job to finish off the play, but the special thing about special teams is just how everyone has to come together for it to be successful.
Great, thanks.
When you said every year is a story, it kind of reminded me of your outside interest, a little bit outside of football. What is the best thing that you watched this offseason? Anything that we should be watching?
Man, I'm writing a lot. I'm actually writing my first feature film right now, so I don't really watch too much when I'm writing. So I actually didn't watch anything this offseason just because I don't want to get too influenced by one thing.
How much progress have you made on that?
I'm in the third act. If you are familiar with screenplay, I'm in 99. 99. I'm not going to share that right now. Yeah. Thank you.
We're coming into the season, you've been running with the starters a lot in training camp. How much different do you feel this year compared to going into the season you were here?
Honestly, I kind of feel a lot different. Just kind of having that experience. Going through last year, learning from, the guys that was in front of me last year, just kind of seeing what they was doing. But, confident, feeling good, body feeling good, mind feeling good. So I'm just kind of ready to roll.
Do you feel more confidence just in how you feel you're playing, or like the validation of you being in that starting lineup, running with the starters, the coaches believing you belong there?
Nah, I really just say just kind of experience, just kind of been there before. Came in, I started last year, started first 4 or 5 games, but yeah, just like I'm not gonna lie, like experience kind of go a long way because you see something so many times, it kind of slows down, and so as it continue to slow down, I'm just gonna continue to play fast and just make plays.
Is there a specific element of your game that you feel like has improved through that experience? Is it play recognition or different?
Yeah, probably play recognition. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the NFL game is totally different from the college game. So, it just kind of took that year for me to just kind of really process, see what they're doing, see what they like to do, how they try to, line up and beat us. And, I'm kind of, been in the film room, with Coach Rick, Fiend, Epps, and them guys just kind of throw me little nuggets here and there. And so, they definitely been good to me.
How much does that, again, like the play recognition, recognizing what's going on, the IQ growing, allow you to really put your physical tools to use for the speed and everything?
Yeah. Man, I know, like, type player I am, like, really not too many people go run past me, if not all, anybody, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if I can just kind of slow the game down, just not, really rely on my physical attributes, that's a plus. And so, I'm continuing to get in the film room, continue to find little nuggets here and there, little tips, and just continue to play fast and play physical.
How great is it playing alongside Jack and Nate, and what do they do to help you get better too?
Man, I was just talking to them today, man. Like, they really do kind of give me confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see they go out there, play with they swag, you know what I'm saying? And, they talk, and so, I'm right there with them. And, like, they know I'm a dog too, though. So, I'm just going out there and win my one-on-one matchup. They go win their one-on-one matchup, and, we do that. It's going to be fun to watch.
In what ways has Ricky Manning Jr. helped you to evolve your game?
man, he just let me play. Like he say, JB, just go out there, man. Don't think. You know what I'm saying? Just go play. You know, trust my eyes, trust my feet, trust my speed, and just be me at the end of the day. So it's really like no magic equation. You know what I'm saying? I just got to go out there and just be JB, be the best JB. So.
Was that part of the problem last season, not being able to trust yourself as much?
Yeah. You know, kind of being banged up and stuff, and not, I guess, not being able to anticipate things the way I want to. You know, now for sure, kind of played a part. But you know, at the end of the day, no excuses. You know, I'm gonna build from it. You know, and then I'm just gonna go out there and just be me.
What gives you the most confidence about the team this season?
Man, our camaraderie. You know, like we all locked in together, man. We always checking up on each other. You know, like it's a brotherhood. You know, so I know Matt's got my back. I got his back. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he the head of the snake. So you know, we gonna follow him. And yeah, man, we just gonna go out there and just be who we are, and just continue to build on this culture AP has installed. And so yeah, man, we just gonna keep building and just keep being dogs.
Well, you talked about Jack and that relationship with him. You guys seem like pretty different people. You know, I guess how does that dynamic work?
Nah, it works good. It works good, man. You know, just, you know, he's gonna talk his talk. You know, I'm gonna be a little quiet, but at the end of the day, you know, like we all dogs. We all go out there and make plays. We all go out there and play, have that swag. You know, they make a play, we go do our handshake. So, you know, man, we just go keep building on it, man. Playing with that swag, have fun, just get the ball.
It's kind of fun to see the confidence that he has in his play. He's a very confident guy, Jack. It's kind of must be fun to watch it.
Oh yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah. And I tell him all the time, you know, and I ask him for little tips. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, he a ball hawk. So, you know, I know I'm a pretty good sticky guy in coverage, but you know, I add that element of you know, being that ball hawk, really getting that ball like how he do. You know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for sure.
You used to be college teammates with DJ, and now you're here with him in the NFL. What do you think is the biggest piece of advice you've been able to give him coming into the league based off of your rookie year?
Hold up, which DJ? DJ Turner? Because I was at Maryland with DJ Turner too, though. Or
DJ Glaze.
DJ Glaze, gotcha. Nah, DJ my guy, man. You know, we kind of been talking about it. You know, he a kind of quiet, chill dude like how I am. You know what I'm saying? And you know, even when he got to Maryland, like he was always kind of, he was good. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that guy. And so you know, I don't expect nothing less from him. So nah, you know, he asked me a little stuff here and there, but like at the end of the day, DJ, he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? So nah, he gonna be good for sure.
You talked about Jack and his talking. You don't really maybe talk as much. Like, are you learning from him, or is that you're going to keep that to him and let him do that?
Nah, I don't really say too much. You know what I'm saying? If somebody say something to me, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna say something back. But nah, like I gotta keep my energy. I ain't gonna really say too much.
What are you looking forward to the most this season?
This season, man, just being the best version of myself. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that has in place for me, you know. But I know I'm gonna be the best version of myself. I'm gonna work hard. You know, I'm gonna be physical, play fast, and you know, I'm gonna do my part for sure. So.
What have you thought of Jakorian? You know, he's kind of in the spot you were in last year, rookie with some really good measurables.
Yeah.
And, do you feel like he could even do what Ameer Robertson kind of did for you guys, provide that depth at corner?
Yeah. Oh yeah, nah, for sure. Nah, D-Cam, good dude. Always asking a lot of questions. You know, man, big. He a freak. You know what I'm saying? Like big, fast, and so nah, he's definitely gonna be good, man. He's focused. He don't really say too much either. So. No, he definitely has his head in the right place for sure. He's going to be a good player.
All right, thanks, Jakorian.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.